Yo, this is the Bub and Bob show. Bub right here, Bob over there. I got to tell you, super excited about this episode. It's kind of the first time we've ever had
Look at you,
a personal.
just giddy.
I really am. Because I love this kind of stuff.
I just heard a voice.
Yeah.
Was that
God Almighty?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's blessing the show already.
Yeah.
Just Bob. Just
Oh,
Bob.
that come from?
Yeah,
Okay.
just Bob. We call him around here.
Yes,
just Bob.
There's nothing
I'll be
special.
chiming in throughout the show.
This is Greg Wilson.
This is Greg
but you need to
Wilson.
see him before we actually come back and talk to him about stuff you probably had no idea about. Watch these clips. You'll be blown away.
And if I do this, watch. If I take nothing and squeeze nothing, I get something for nothing. That's enough misdirection like this for you to miss that one altogether until I do this. Now they're all completely gone. Not the front, the back, nowhere to be seen. There's nowhere. There it is. Oh, come on! And if you're looking over here, you're not looking over there.
That was good. That was great.
Amazing. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Really glad that
Delighted.
you're here. Yeah, this is, I'm smiling. I usually don't start the show off smiling, but I love the kind of stuff that you do. I got a ton of questions. The first one is like, so what do you call yourself? Magic, illusionist? What words do you use now? Con man,
slightly thief is what the word.
Okay.
You stole my punchline.
Yeah, sorry.
And I like to do it with a straight face
okay.
to freak people out.
Okay.
Are you a magician? Are you an illusionist? Legerdemain? No, thief.
And what do you
I-
steal?
Hopefully the show.
Okay, yeah. Oh, nice.
But I'm a pickpocket. There,
yeah.
I said it. But now you know in advance what I'm going to
Really?
attempt.
Okay. Well, so wanted to do this from day one. What got your attention and said, "Hey, man, I got to be this thief kind of magician"?
It didn't start that way.
Okay.
It started as a magician. I started late. I started at 17 years old. Most kids at 8, 10, 12 years old doing magic
Yep.
and fooling their friends. And, I think it was that instead of being an athlete.
Yeah, or a rock
I think
star or
that's why
whatever,
they do
yeah.
that. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I come from an athletic background, and then I just saw this card stuff and the flourishing and the
Yeah.
boomerangs and the one-handed shuffles and the crazy stuff. I'm going to do that for a living.
Yeah, and
I didn't say I'm going to learn that. I'm going to do that for a living. I don't know how.
Knew
but
right
just
out. And so then just constant work could get better. I'm just guessing at this level you get, it's every day, all the time. I mean, it's practice.
You don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
It's like a duck above water, smooth and effortless, but underneath you're paddling like crazy.
It just came natural. Never tried it all.
Practice
I can do anything you want.
It's a gift.
But it's like, yeah. But to be like, whatever, a tennis player, anything at that level, it's really genuinely tons and tons of practice, right?
It used to be 8, 10, 12 hours a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So who's legit now? Who's a person that influenced you other than that guy that you saw? But like,
People you will never know.
Okay.
Because the people who are famous are the people who are less than mediocre with their skill and
okay.
their talent.
And they're
'Cause
just good marketers.
They're
I'm
great at
guessing.
marketing
Yeah.
and promotion.
Good
They got
look or
drive,
whatever,
and they
yeah.
got hunger,
Yeah.
they got a look, and most importantly, they have a character.
Oh, okay.
So I won't name names,
Yeah.
but those people they're average, but you don't know any better because it's
Right.
not like singing, dancing, acting. You automatically know who's good because you see it all the time.
That's actually true, and you don't really ever see a bad trick because they don't. I mean, because it's controlled by the TV or something, so it looks like, well, this guy's competent, obviously.
Or you don't know what
if it's
good
or
looks
bad.
like.
Yeah, you don't know what it's.
They're not inventing the tricks.
Right,
They have
sure.
consultants that
Sure.
like I'm a consultant for a lot of these
Yeah.
guys, and the consultants invent the tricks for them.
Oh.
So and they're doing it, and you're like, take 28.
Yeah, yeah, but
people don't know any
Do
better.
you when somebody does one badly? I mean, do you like suffer as somebody
can
watching
you see
them?
it? You got to be able to detect.
Yeah, you just do this behind the scenes.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't teach you that. That's not what I said.
But to their credit, they work hard, they're diligent,
Yep.
they're punctual, they do it all day, every day. They get the special done. People know them.
Yep.
What they do with that is
So outside the popularity of who are the guys? Like you
people
said,
you
I
would
might
never
not know. So
Paul Harris.
Okay. So because I want to look,
Genius.
look some of these guys up.
Paul Harris, genius
Okay.
creator. Michael Weber, brilliant
Okay.
problem solver and performer.
Who maybe this is him. Who was the blind guy?
Oh, Richard Turner. He's the real deal.
Okay, because I saw a special on him. I thought, okay,
Yeah.
this is pretty amazing. And then all of a sudden he can't see. I'm like, what?
Wait,
Yeah.
not all of a sudden he can't see.
No, I mean in the documentary I saw. Well, yeah, because
The special was so blinding.
yeah.
The spotlights were so bright.
It's like scripture in reverse.
There you go.
I couldn't see it coming.
His road to Damascus experience.
We could keep going with these, but that guy, he's doing the whole stuff, and 10 minutes into the thing, he says, by the way, I'm blind. And then I was like,
in his
okay,
show,
yeah.
and I've asked him this, why don't you tell people in advance so they have the perspective from reduced expectations?
Yeah.
He goes, I don't want that.
No, I want to be treated like...
I want to be treated like a normal guy. And you could, once you rewatch it, you can kind of tell.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Once he said it, I'm like, oh, it's obvious, like Sixth Sense. It's like, yeah, it was right in front of you the whole
Right,
time.
exactly.
I get it. I knew it. This is ridiculous.
I mean, he's a black belt in karate.
That's right.
He's disciplined in numerous other art forms, but he doesn't want anybody to know.
So what's your favorite thing about this? And because you've been doing it a long time, this is what you don't have a third job. You make a living at this stuff. So what? I mean, you've done so many tricks, so many things. What's the thing that you love still about it?
Beyond the travel, I've done this in 49 countries around the world in over 5,000 cities. But you know what? The number one, I've never thought about this until you just asked this. Persuasion.
You like the power to do that.
It teaches you. I have a presentation or a lecture that I teach to corporate executives called Persuade Like Magic.
Wow.
And you use these principles of psychology to get people to say yes, to get them to see your way of thinking. And it works literally like magic. It's amazing.
That's a giant. You can have a living just on that.
Absolutely.
Do you have a video or book or anything like that?
No, because I don't want other magicians using
that.
this, because there's such an easy dovetailing from our art to the art of sales.
So I imagine in your field.
But now they'll all know.
Yeah, now
Because this goes out to how many people?
But at least 7.
7.
Yeah, the magic number is 7. There's 7 magicians that are going to watch this. We may get 8 because you're on, but it's
I never watch myself. You asked me that earlier.
Yeah, I did. So part of this has to be really difficult for people like innovators, magicians, that you can't really. You have to be secretive about a lot of stuff. I mean, people are trying to find your stuff, and you got to just go, I don't know what you're talking about. You got to just never reveal it.
There's a lot of artists with sticky fingers. So by the time I actually do my show, say at the Magic Castle in Hollywood, that's the stuff that I choose to release or reveal in my performances. So there's things that I put out in the magic world. That stuff I've done 1,000 times. I call it 1,000 timer. So if I've done it 1,000 times, I know every possible performance situation that could ever occur, and other magicians have seen me doing it, so it's clearly established with me, because crediting is everything in this business.
Wow. And why do you say that? Because people are copying they
have sticky fingers.
I get that.
It's
but
so much easier.
So what if I take it and adapt your thing and go do a thing? I'm going to watch you and try to become, if I like you, be influenced by you and use your stuff.
Being influenced or inspired is fine.
Different. Okay.
Especially if it's committed to print where you're allowed to use it.
Right.
But put your own signature on it, because you're selling yourself short if you don't do it your way. If you do it exactly like the other person, you're just going to be a cover band. So you could be a really good cover band, but you're not going to be the Rolling Stones or the Beatles, just to show you how old I am.
Right.
Are there any bands since then?
Yeah, I would say AC/DC, but anyway, that's good. I've seen a lot of cover bands try to do AC/DC.
Exactly.
So it's not the same. So,
The shorts don't fit the same either.
No one can be Angus. It's really hard to go around for 3.5 hours on one foot. It's hard stuff. He's a magician in his own right. Transition real quick.
By the way, this persuasion works, again, like magic, for speeding tickets. I've got stories on video, not just verbal stories, but I've taken video of cops letting me off of speeding tickets. I've got way more than I'd like to count, because there's a surefire way to not get a speeding ticket.
Okay, so if that's on video, right?
You ruined my punchline.
No, I didn't do it. I just
but I can't do that.
But okay, if those are on video, you can reveal a story. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm the cop. I pull you over. Let's role play. I'm the good. Hey, man, you know how fast you were going?
Keep this in mind. I'm not proud.
Right, no.
I'm proud of the persuasion, but not proud of the fact that I drive faster than the average person.
Right.
Because I think fast, I talk fast, I drive fast.
Yeah, you just move.
I'm just
you're
moving and grooving.
You're flying past people. Do you have to always try to get to be the front of every light before? That's a big thing with me.
Duh.
Behind, I got to be. If someone's like 3 lanes, worst.
Why are we? We're guys.
So
Why do we?
I thought maybe it was me.
It's like these cards that you have over here.
Yeah.
The idea is to get to the front of the pack.
Yes.
It's as simple as that.
Okay, good. Look at that.
Look at that. We just happen to have some cards.
Did you have those for me?
I think those are just for you.
By the way, never trust somebody.
We need aerial cameras that can do that with a card deck. Yeah, I'm not going to play poker with you.
Never do this before a poker game.
Yeah,
I'm just
you're out. That's good. I would.
So I got pulled over a couple months ago. The first rule is to throw them off.
Okay.
With a thing called honesty. Because everybody argues.
Yeah, everybody lies.
You can't talk your way out of a speeding ticket. You can't argue your way out of a speeding ticket. And a friend of mine wrote a book that I completely disagree with the title, How to Persuade People Who Don't Want to Be Persuaded. You can't do that. Because a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still from Dale Carnegie.
Yep. Or Willy Wonka. Sounds a little like Wonka. But that's good. I like Dr.
Seuss.
Yeah, whatever.
That's what makes it easier for my pea brain to remember these things.
Book of Wonka.
Yeah, so right. Persuade.
So the cop comes over to the passenger side. I roll down the window, and I made him laugh really hard when I looked like an umpire at home plate, and I went, guilty. And he laughed his butt off because it's like, no, you're supposed to argue. It's not supposed to wait. Why are you giving up? So can you give me a little something?
It's refreshing. I mean,
it totally blew his mind.
Thank you. It's like, you know you sped. So.
You know that I know that I know that you know. So he goes, why are you going so fast? Again, admitting it. On the way to the post office. Why are you on the way to the post office? Well, I'm a professional magician, and I have a company that sells Wait, rewind. You're what?
Yeah.
I said I'm a magician.
Matter of fact, I have a deck of cards right here.
That's one way I get out of it by showing him something. But in this particular case, he goes, magician, huh? Have you ever heard of a place called the Magic Castle? Because it's a private club. I see his little angle.
Yeah, okay.
I go, I perform there quite frequently. What is it you're asking?
There might be another kind of ticket on the floor there. I don't know.
Front row ticket, my ticket, your ticket, we can exchange. But he's doing this roundabout tap dancing language, and I finally said, look, here's my card, and it's this picturesque card, so to prove what I do and who I am and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, let me just look around the car and see if there's any. He had to pretend he was being professional. Well, I'm going to let you go with a warning this time, son. And well, thank you for the card, and we'll talk later. And
next Saturday, it's like outside the Magic Castle. Got this card from Mr. Wilson.
The funny part is, now I'm starting to film him.
Okay.
I saw grins and giggles. Can you tell me how fast I was going? He says I clocked you at 106.
Oh, in a what? 55?
65.
60? Oh, the freeway.
Is it up to 65 yet?
So you're not like cruising down a neighborhood.
No.
At least you're on the freeway.
I was that was reverse in a school zone.
Okay, great.
It's in a Hugo.
Circles 104, 105.
So I was down the freeway. There was nobody else around me. I was just doing my thing. I'm not going to do that when there's other cars in danger. I mean, not on camera.
Yeah, not on purpose.
Hey, I was told if they start to lecture you, let them, because you either get a ticket or a lecture. You rarely get both.
I'll take the lecture all day long. And you know what you follow up the lecture with? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Have a great day.
They
Thanks
just
for
want
pulling
their
me over,
respect.
sir.
And I told him, by the way, I said, good, because I slowed down just before I saw you.
That was that's good. That's really good.
It was just the honesty thing.
Yeah, I like this whole idea of persuasion, and we'll get to that.
Let me tell you one other thing and show you something.
You're persuading.
You want to see something?
Yeah, of course.
I said to the cop, so I'm sitting right here, blah, blah, blah. Cop pulls me over, and I don't even know what I said to even initiate this, but I said, I'm a magician, I'm not going to say thief to a...
Right, change my terminology, right?
So I said to him, how about if I get out of the car and show you something? He goes, oh, really? What do you got? So I said, give me a number, and I'll try this with you. You're the cop.
Okay, I'm
you
a
look
cop.
kind of like him.
I kind of like I am.
You're smiling a little too much,
Okay.
but okay, keep your hand off your gun. And let me ask you, think of a number. Don't say it out loud. Just think of a number between 1 and 10.
Okay.
Look me in the eye. Is it 7?
One off.
Oh, what was it?
6.
Okay, but that just tells me how you think now. That's okay.
Okay.
And by the way, you look at eye
something
direction.
really interesting? I started at 7 and went to 6 before you went.
I almost said that to you.
Okay.
I almost said, I was just about to say you hesitated.
Yeah.
Because you looked up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I didn't have my glasses on too. Yeah. Shoot.
Oh, that was it.
Now it's 6. Oh, it's so obvious now. Oh, my God.
But I am also a deceiver, though. I mean, anyway.
It's like a clock face.
Okay.
You'd look where they're looking, and you just transpose
that's interesting. So if I look over here, 9 or whatever.
But you looked away. It's almost like you erased it and went back to another number.
Yeah.
How many people are buying this? Raise your hand.
No, see, I love it. So you can justify and get me anywhere. It's like, because I actually picked 11.
I picked 48.
No, it's,
so with that in mind, now that I know how you think,
yeah.
give me a number out loud between 1 and 100.
82.
82. Did you feel influenced?
Probably.
82 is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
That's the number I was thinking of. That's amazing.
Oh, you got me to say it out loud. You know,
and by the way, that's what I did to the cop. Made him laugh.
Yeah.
So that's the first rule.
Ridiculous,
Get him out of fight or flight.
Right.
And get him down to your level. So here's the levels.
Yep.
He'll never go to your level, and you don't want him to go to your level because you're not drinking buddies.
Yep.
So just get him to here, and that's where persuasion takes place. So the first thing you want to do is melt them like a candle. You can't manipulate or maneuver a candle if it's dry. So you get it. You burn it a little bit first. Let it.
So why does that work? Because they think now that they laughed with you or seem to know you a little better, that it's harder for them to just write the ticket? Because
you just nailed it.
No, I know the
well,
guy.
A, we're kind of buddies.
Yeah. B,
there's a trust.
Yeah.
And if you do it with self-deprecation, like I will miss on the first one. If I get it, I'm lucky.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
There is a way to kind of tell.
Yeah.
But if you do miss, it's okay because now he wants you to succeed.
Yeah.
It's just basic storytelling.
Yeah, you said, it was when you were here a couple of weeks ago when we weren't shooting the show. We were sitting outside, and you started nodding, and then I started nodding, and you said, "You see,
it's the nodding."
Yeah, and they're like,
if I nod, what are you going to do?
Oh yeah, I'm like,
you know what I'm saying?
It's hard to.
Are you with me?
You
can't not nod, even though you're a cop right now.
Hey,
look at this.
I know.
Make a cop laugh like that, you're golden.
Right.
Oh, here's how he definitively let me go, and gave me just a warning.
Okay.
So this laughter was a good start.
Sure.
But when I said, I forgot your number, 82. 82.
Yeah.
I said, in my pocket, I've got some change. How amazing would it be?
It was 82 cents.
And you pause like this dramatically.
and
how amazing would it be? He's going, no. No. I said, and I still give him the power by using the word consider.
Right.
Would you consider the possibility of letting me go with just a warning if it were 82? Pardon the language. He goes, hell yeah.
That's fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Actually.
Would you? And you still give him the power. Would you consider? I didn't say we have to do it. It's quid pro Joe.
Right.
Little Biden
if I do
there.
this, would you get? Yeah.
So I reached in my pocket. I did this.
Yep.
And I very slowly showed I had nothing there because when you reach in your pockets, they don't
like
that. So I reached in here like this.
Yeah.
And I took out the change I had.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not it, but
It's
this is what I did.
82 cents.
Close your hand.
Yeah.
And then I showed I had nothing else.
Yeah.
And I just happened to be, I mean, that's not 82.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying for the story, I'm telling you the story.
Yeah,
How
absolutely.
it's correct. I mean, that couldn't be 82.
No,
I mean, that would be amazing. But I couldn't because we didn't set this up or anything. I mean, that's not. I'm just telling you the story. It's a hypothetical.
I know this isn't.
No, it's just a so hypothetically count it right here.
Yeah, they're just like.
Hypothetically count it for the camera. Out loud, out loud, out loud. Make this dramatic.
Okay. 25, 50, 75, 80. 2.
Oh, come on.
Are you kidding?
Are you kidding?
You're in cahoots.
That was just a story. Now he's going to think that you think that I think that he thinks that you were in on the...
No, see, when I see this on television, I always think that, but now I don't know what to say.
Now you're a little...
No, I'm like...
Can I get an amen? Are you a believer?
You're kind of a thief. You're kind of a thief, or I'll be a thief. Take your 82 cents.
You got the 82 cents.
Okay, yeah, see, I love that. I have no... Good. See... You tuned in to learn how to persuade. It's worth every donation you ever give us. Get out of every ticket. The art of persuasion.
Was that this whole thing was for?
Oh, we did it.
You persuaded me that it wasn't going to be. You said that can't be 82.
You use me, I use you. Is that okay? Okay, switch again because this is the stuff that obviously really excites me even more than the thief magician thing. Tell me about how you came to Christ. And why that's so important now.
Well, it radically transformed my life. I used to be a professional career criminal. I was a thief, had a criminal mind since I was a kid. I remember being a paper boy, and I'd walk by the banks, and I'd say, "How do I get in there?" I thought this at 8, 9, 10 years old being a paper boy. Yeah. They had that depository thing on the outside. People put their checks in there. I'm going, okay, if I put it
there's a way to get in there.
I mean, that's how my mind thought. And then when I go to cash my checks at the bank, I'm going, how do I get in that vault? How do I, and this is how I became creative in what I do. I've created like 400 tricks, routines, whatever you want to call it. And it's just playing the what if game. What if I did this? What if I did that? And failing a lot and missing a lot. And before you know it, you learn all these principles. So,
was anyone in your family
my grandfather, criminal? No.
Okay.
I'm uniquely that.
Okay, you're uniquely that.
The whole world has a checkered past. I just have more checkers than most people.
Gotcha. Well said. Yeah.
We all have our spiritual gifts.
Yeah.
Is
that was it?
I had the gift of pickpocketry.
Did you do that?
I only do that on stage now.
Oh, okay.
I never actually took from individuals. I did it from corporations, companies, things like that. I mean, I was a pool hustler, I was a card shark, yes.
Yeah. Are you good at pool? I mean, like at that level where you can know you can beat most people and play the game and do the whole
I don't hustle anymore, I can say yes.
Yeah.
But back then, you're like, I'm all right.
Yeah, of course.
I'm right. Which end do you use the thing and I don't
chalk your finger? Like,
okay, wait. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's old Dean Martin thing.
So I'll tell you how this works.
Yeah.
Male ego. Something about pool. I don't know what it is. Something about poker.
Yep.
I don't know what it is.
Yep.
Men think that they're intrinsically supposed to be born with a gift. And when you beat them, never let them win.
Right.
That's a myth.
Right.
Barely beat them, and they'll want to play again and again and again and again because you don't want to play catch.
Yeah, that's where Tom Cruise went wrong in the Color of Money. He beat everybody too soon, and
I had a lot of problems with that movie.
Ran everybody
from
out.
doing that
I'm sure.
in the real world.
I'm sure.
But it was artistically sound.
Yeah.
It was universally entertaining, yet deceptively sublime.
There we go.
I think I got that from Rotten Tomatoes.
I just miss Tom and Paul together. I like Paul Newman a lot. But, okay, back to the serious stuff.
So, I went out and did what I did for 3.5 years.
Okay.
Again, took everything that wasn't nailed down, including the nails.
Okay.
And then I contracted a rare form of arthritis called ankylosing spondylitis. Took me a week to learn how to say it. And that was because of the stress. Stress exacts a very heavy toll on your body. And because nobody knew what I was doing, everybody thought I was just a magician having these weird hours and whatever it was. It fit perfectly. It was the perfect cover.
Yep.
But you can't hide from God, and you can't hide from your immune system. You know, it's going to get you. And it manifests, the stress manifests itself in your weakest link. So it could have been a heart attack, diabetes, stroke, ulcer, could have been anything. It happened to be arthritis.
Wow.
And I went from doctor to doctor to doctor. Nobody knew what it was until the last guy. He says, I've got a specialist friend who might know what this is. I think it could be Maurice Strumple or ankylosing spondylitis. And he sent me there. He says, that's what you got.
Wow.
That's what you have. And even worse, he said, it's degenerative, it's chronic, it's systemic, it won't get any better. You're going to have to live with this the rest of your life. I read 12 books on the subject. The last one was the best book because I judged the book by its cover, and it looked terrible. It's called Common Sense on Arthritis, number 2. And all these other ones, puffery and perfunctory information, fluffery. Yep. And I read the last one, and they extolled the virtues and values of cod liver oil on every chapter, even if it had nothing to do with that, just to really stick it to you and make you remember it, to reinforce it. Yep. So I took cod liver oil, but that was after. This is the part that's going to blow your mind. A friend of mine called me, and he's the type of friend who doesn't call. He's the Clint Eastwood cool guy. Yeah. He'll pick up the phone when you call, but he never calls. All of a sudden he calls me out of the blue. He's a Christian. He starts telling me about the Lord. I'm like, oh, geez, really? It's the last thing
I'll take the cod liver.
I'll take that.
And that's probably what you said.
By the way, comedians don't laugh. They go, that's funny.
Oh, yeah, good.
I'd laugh at that.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'll write that down and laugh later when I'm.
If I were in the audience, that would have got me. Yeah. That's good.
So your friend says.
So he starts talking to me about God and spiritual stuff, and last thing I wanted to hear, and what I wasn't clear to you about, I lost 55 pounds. I was a bodybuilder.
Oh, okay.
I lost 55 pounds in 2 months. It was insane, and it was so painful.
Did you stop eating, or just stop working out because you couldn't?
Both.
Yeah.
But it's degenerative. It eats up your tissues. And I never forgot this. If my knees moved that much, I would scream in agony. What? It was the most insane pain that any human could ever experience.
Wow.
It was so radical that, so when my friend told me about that, I don't want to hear this. This is foreign. This is crazy. This is nonsense. I mean, this is Jehovah's Witnesses in my house.
Right. I let you in. Yeah.
And so I called it Jesus junk and Christian crap.
Okay.
And I thought you had to check your brains at the door to be a believer. I thought you had to be an idiot, you know. And later I found out it's not a blind leap into a dark chasm, but a step into the light. It's based on intellectual facts and evidence. And a mountain of evidence, you know.
Yeah, on and on and on.
How many books can we name? You know, might as well do it now. Josh McDowell's Evidence That Demands a Verdict, The Case for Christ, Hank Hanegraaff's the Bible Answer book.
Yeah, tons of them.
Tons and tons and tons. So I don't want anything to do with it. Just before I hung up, he said, I've got a feeling other people are going to come in your life and tell you about the Lord. Oh, great. 3 people in as many days contacted me. It blew my mind.
Unrelated to this guy.
Oh, completely unrelated.
Just like, no way he called them all.
Each other. And in my brain, coincidence.
Right.
Coincidence. 3 people in as many days. Coincidence.
Never before has this happened, but just right in a row after.
Now, maybe I'm just hyper attuned to it now. It's selective perception. What we call unintentional blindness.
Right.
So I'm just aware of these things. So I thought, what do I have to lose? I played the Pascal's wager. And I said, I'm laying in bed. I can't move. I'm a professional criminal. And I said to myself, there's only one place in the world that, you know, you can look up when you're flat on your back, and that's straight up. So I said, in this feeble prayer, whatever prayer was, I said, I don't know who you are. I looked up. I don't know if you're an energy field. I don't know if you're a light source. I don't know if you're a personal God, the way these wackos are telling me. But here's what I'll do. I'm making a promise. If I go out and do what I was doing, if I pump myself full of pain pills, get on my crutches, go out and do what I was doing, and I get caught, I'll consider you. How's that for temerity? To the creator of the universe. And there's 2 places in the world, there are 2 places in the Bible that God says, test me. One is prayer, tithing in Malachi 3, and the other one is your salvation.
Push it, So you did, and he honors it how? What happens?
By getting caught the next day. And it's not like, I wanted to sabotage myself below the threshold of my awareness so I could get out of this life of crime. No, I got caught.
Yeah, you got caught.
And I had 6 contingency plans
to get out of it.
Yeah, there's no way I could have got caught. Because if that failed, that took over. That failed, that took over. And when you think you've got a foolproof plan,
and you have to devise that, you're the fool
to prove otherwise. Yeah, and
wow.
It just, and even then I'm going, coincidence. So I get caught. I'm in the jail, and how I got caught. The circumstances are so patently obvious that God wanted me caught. I mean, it's actually comical.
Your card fell out, and you know, like something
10 times worse.
10 times worse than that.
10 times funnier than that was God's. Look, if we all laugh right here now, where do we get it from? If we're created beings, from God. God has a sense of humor.
Oh, of course He does. Yeah, so, the ostrich is proof of that. Yeah.
Exactly. And the penguin. So I'm in a jail cell now. Pain pills are wearing off. The 2 people are in the holding cell with me are gone. I'm by myself. I'm in incredible pain again. I'm bored out of my mind. I'm in there for 5 hours, which was an eternity for me because I have claustrophobia.
Oh, great. Yeah.
And I knock on the door to the jailer, and I says, do you have anything to read? Because I'm bored out of my mind. The only thing they give you in jail to read
is Bible.
I even said, wait for this. I said, okay, then, give me the GD Bible.
Oh, wow.
Because I just want to read something.
Sure.
I get the Bible, and I can't explain this, and I certainly can't prove it.
Yeah.
But it had this warm, glowy feeling. It was like a Hollywood movie or something. It was just like the freakiest thing I've ever experienced in my life. And I said...
And you're like, I'm not that good. I'm a good...
I didn't hear angels singing. Well, that was a fallen angel. I don't have a good voice. But the point is, I had recapped everything up to that moment. I'm a career criminal. I have this ankylosing from stress. All these people come into my life, tell me about the Lord. I make an ultimatum. if I get caught, I'm in jail, and I got a Bible in my hand. Goodness. Are you flipping kidding me?
It's just like the 82 cents, man. Something's free there.
The difference is he knew that my number was up before the foundations of the world.
Absolutely.
See how I did that?
Yeah, thank you. Good.
So I'm still calling it a coincidence.
No way.
What are we fighting?
No way.
Our will, right? Our free will.
Oh, sure.
Free moral agency.
Sure.
Because we still love our sin.
Absolutely.
We all have our signature sin. I'm good at mine, you're good at yours. I just happen to be competitive, so I can sin better than the average.
Good, yeah.
I'll lose my house, my wife, my car, my kids long before you will.
Yeah, it's good for you. Yeah, that's good.
So I'm still fighting, and I just said, I did that thing in my head again. I go, what do I have to lose? So when I picked up the Bible and I did all that recapping, I said, if I open up this Bible and it directly applies to my life, I'll follow you the rest of my life. Because I'm super disciplined in everything that I do.
Right.
I opened it up. Psalm 70.
Okay.
A direct hotline to God. It was a direct hotline prayer to God. Save me now, free me from my captors, and do not delay. I got on the ground and I wept. I didn't cry. I didn't mist. There's a little something in my... It's pollen. Do you feel it? There's nobody else to give excuses to. I wept. And I can't explain it. I'll do the best I can. It was just like a microsecond flash in that holding cell that went...
Yeah.
And you know that old
Stress
proverbial saying?
Gone.
The
weight lifted off the shoulders.
Away from your shoulders. Gone.
Arthritis?
Oh, not that.
Not that.
But I'll tell you something about that.
Okay.
But it's what is tetelestai. It is finished.
Yes, finished.
It is over.
Yep.
I mean, you're a new person.
Yep.
You're a new person in Christ. Instantly.
That's it.
And from that moment forward, I never looked back. Never stole another thing since then.
Yep.
I haven't even tasted a grape in a supermarket. I don't take pens from hotel rooms. I mean, not a thing have I stolen because I'm an extremist on both ends.
Yep.
I was a super criminal.
I'll be a super non-criminal.
Super non-criminal. And it's crazy. So here's what happened.
That's amazing.
So I get out on my own recognizance. A friend of mine bailed me out, which is Michael Weber, the one I was telling you earlier, who's that brilliant magician who's influenced me. And he can't understand it because... from a secular mindset, what do you mean, the white light?
Yeah,
what do you mean, the Bible and a wet? Nobody understands that stuff. I didn't even understand it.
Sure.
And so here's what happened. I've got this ankylosing, and because of the cod liver oil, I kept taking that. I was off my pain pills in 2 weeks and completely cured in 2 months. Was it natural and supernatural modality? I don't know.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And now I've got an arraignment, by the way, 2 months later. Because the DA said he had me dead to rights, minimum of 2 years in jail. Because all this stuff, remember all those stupid little bumbling things I did? Yeah. They had all the goods.
They bumbled you right into the arraignment, so you're...
They had everything. Like, everything was systematized, encoded.
They got you.
And
no way out.
No way out.
No way out.
Just no way out. Long story short, I go into the courtroom, see how much time I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
I see the clerk there, and I said, my name's not on the roster, on the register, the court register. She says, well, that means you're free to go. I go, no. I'm going to make sure and get everything. No, it's not there. You're free to go. I said, listen, I don't want to have a bench warrant for my arrest 2 months later. Let's clear this up now. Just then the DA walks in. Not the assistant DA, the DA who said he had me dead to rights. He says, oh, you. He knew of me personally. I go, wait, what? What are you talking about?
See my magic?
I was only notorious. I was only infamous.
I pulled you over one time.
He lectured. I'll take your lecture.
You're the guy. Yeah.
And he says, we don't know what happened. I said, what are you talking about? The evidence is gone. We don't know what happened to it. You're free. Get the hell out of my courtroom. Like, wait, what? He goes, good.
Get out. Yeah.
Like, the evidence was all gone.
That's unbelievable.
How do you explain it?
And the clerk's like, hey, I told you if you're not going to roster. You should have just left.
I told you.
But
So when it comes to law enforcement, I get it. A speeding ticket, apparently.
So you got this, all this takes place in the course of a few months.
2 months.
2 months. And then you're a new creation.
New creation.
It, done. Justified, redeemed, forgiven. The stress,
and then
gone.
you learn the difference between justification and sanctification.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Justification is the one-time event.
You're just as if you never
just
sinned.
Just as if
right?
you never sinned.
Right.
And sanctification is becoming Christ-like on a daily basis, which, by the way, took me a little while. I didn't know.
Well, and still will.
until we die. But then you become more acutely aware of it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And boy, what a ride.
Yeah.
What a ride. And I have shared now the good news of the gospel according to God's providence in every single country that I've been to. He's opened it up through the evidence of his grand design in every single month. It's not like...
Is that a separate thing than your stuff? So you I mean, you go...
It's not like I'm done with the show and I go, now let's talk about Jesus Christ, who was God incarnate, who cloaked himself in human flesh and dwelt amongst us for a time.
And it's all on these cards, right?
It's right here.
$14.95.
In other words, pick a card.
Whatever you can do.
It just comes up.
That's unbelievable.
Which is even more proof that it's not me.
Yeah, it's completely organic and sovereign. This is our favorite part of the show, obviously, and I hear that. And everyone has their conversion story, but that one's really, really good.
I'm a magician.
That's really, really good.
How's that?
That's a magicianary. That's good.
Yeah.
And like Bob always says, God wastes nothing. Nothing's wasted. So all that stuff that's been done, that you did, now can be redeemed and be used for a whole other
nothing
purpose.
Left on the bone.
Yeah.
So now I have a show that I call a criminal act.
Okay.
So I'm known as the honest con man.
Okay.
So I tell them in advance I'm going to lie cheat still. I tell them in advance I'm a pickpocket, a card shark, straight swindling and mental manipulation. And they're like, this is good. He stole my stuff.
He's so cute.
Give me my wallet.
Like legitimately, I'm going to take your stuff.
No, seriously.
Before you leave, make sure that you have your wallet back. Yeah.
So that's what I do on stage.
Yeah.
I pick their pocket. I get their watch. Think about this.
Yeah.
I get their watch. I get their wallet. I get their keys. I get their cell phone. I get the glasses from their head.
Yeah.
They don't even know I took their glasses. I get their necktie.
Yeah.
I wipe them clean. And then I do this in churches with a lecture that I call Deception Detection, teaching them how not to be deceived by first deceiving them, showing how easy it is to be deceived because nobody thinks that they can be. And the smarter you are, the easier it is to fool you because your brain fills in the blanks to complete the picture. So I'm not fooling you, fooling yourself. And smart people always think that they're immune to deception. It blows my mind.
No, I just used to think that it's like the ad world because I do a lot of commercials with my other company, and it's like, and there's not an on purpose deception, but there are ways that you set things up to persuade people, right? And I used to go, ads don't affect me, and then I look around at everything that I buy and sell. I'm like, wait a second.
Ads don't affect me.
Wait a second.
Let's see here.
Exactly.
Big.
I see right through. I got everything.
Levi's.
Like, wait a second. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. So, but I mean, how do you even practice? How do you practice the stuff when a human? Do you get a?
You practice on a dummy.
In fact, there's a dummy outside a window, and then you're like, "Hey, bump into it,"
and that's where Brad Stein comes in. Hey,
speaking of dummy,
is he going to see this?
Yes, watching the episode before this or after it, maybe this one's better. Yeah,
I actually have an electronic dummy, like the game.
Oh, like Operation?
Operation.
You bump into it?
And the little, I actually have a light and a buzzer.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. And that's how you started.
And I use that on stage now.
Yeah.
So I show you how I practice.
How you do it.
Which is really hard to explain. How you have this dude, this well-dressed man in your home, this mannequin.
People looking in.
I put it in the living room, so it's obvious.
Yeah, so the light.
In my bedroom.
That's not good. That's good.
Not good.
That's yeah, I was always thinking of those guys that do that because I have seen those over the years, Carson or something, where someone. And all of a sudden his watch is gone or whatever. I'm like, like how
watch you got, man?
I know. See, that's an apple.
I'll bump
is that a hard one?
I'll bump into you later.
Okay. I'm curious. What
those are actually really easy.
What's hard? It's like what's the hardest? Is it
well, you want to see something?
Yeah, I'll see anything. I'm like.
You got to stand up. Can
okay. Yeah. I don't. Can that camera get us, Bob?
I don't know if we're gonna.
You think that?
You're all right.
We're all right. Was that far enough? Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like.
Okay.
No.
Right.
Okay. So check your wallet.
Okay, check
Is
my
it there?
wallet. It's there.
Good. Now we know where it's at. Hey. I don't want to search you everywhere. I hardly know you. Actually, take the wallet out.
Take the wallet out. Yep.
So you see that right there?
Yep.
I'm called a polite pickpocket.
Okay. Thank you.
I just asked. And by the way, you have shorts on? Do you even have a
pocket? Right.
Pockets back there?
Yeah, pocket right here.
Okay, so put this. You never want to put it in the back pocket,
right?
Because it comes out too easy.
Okay.
So you put it. Do you have anything in there in the front?
That's all I got.
Over here.
That's all I got.
How about on this side?
Nothing.
Okay.
Well, maybe.
You have a pocket?
Yeah.
Okay, put it here.
What about that? Will that fit in there?
Oh, they're elastic. Oh, this is a challenge. Is it in there?
It's in there.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm going to try to take that. Okay. I'm telling you in advance I'm going to try to take it. Okay, so stand over here. We're on a subway.
Okay, we're on a subway.
Oh, stand over here
right
like
here.
this. Actually, I was going to reach in and try to take that thing.
Yeah.
No. But put your You're in the subway. So put your hand up like this.
Yep.
Put your hand down like that. And
I'm like right.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for the.
Yep. Hey,
what are you moving for? The train hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you excited here?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
I just have to wait for the brakes.
Yeah.
So we're just timing it. I'm reading my newspaper.
Right.
I come in. Boom. Oh, party's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
And it's done. I got your wallet.
Yeah.
Now, do you see what I did?
Yeah.
I put my foot. What did it tell them what I did?
You stepped on my foot.
I stepped on your foot. So it changes the pressure point.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I say, oh, I'm sorry. That's when I reach in and get it.
Yeah.
And then I just go back to reading my newspaper, and you're none the wiser.
And I leave.
You thought it was an
And I'm
accident.
gone.
So I got your wallet.
Yeah. Do you have my wallet?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you my wallet again.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. A good pickpocket takes the wallet. A great pickpocket takes
the card.
What's inside the wallet.
Just the card.
Good night, folks. Drive safely.
My watch too,
oh, and I took that a long time ago, just for the record, just so I know how long it took.
Okay.
I was timing.
Yeah, I know you took the watch.
I was timing the wallet so I could
sit down. Okay, that's great. The card, that was extra special because I felt the bump and I'm like, yeah, my wallet's still there. I think you messed up, and then you actually took the card. That's okay. If you're being honest, how
are you unimpressed or stunned in silence? Right?
When did you take the card? Before you put it back in my wallet?
No.
Did you take it the first time you were looking?
Rewind it.
Yeah. Just, I mean, you can.
That was only to get your watch, by the way.
You can throw, yeah.
That was all misdirection to get the watch.
I gave you my watch. I knew what you were doing.
Oh. They all say that.
That's impressive, yeah. Yeah, stunned, yeah.
So listen, here's the thing.
It's
called inattentional blindness. You see what you need to see.
Yeah. Well, that's, okay, so that's interesting because that seems like that would work if I don't normally think people are going to steal from me, but you just told me you were going to. I was waiting, feeling for it. I was looking. I mean, I felt, and I'm like, man, I think I'm aware of this. I'm waiting for you to bump into me. I'm waiting for you a hand, something, so that I'm like even paying attention, and you did it.
I'm telling people in advance on stage in my show that I'm going to steal your stuff. Yeah. I'm going to get your watch. I'm going to get your wallet. I'm going to get your tie. I'm telling when I'm going to take
the tie.
I literally take the tie.
I don't know how to do the tie thing, but I guess if you're,
You know what I say to them?
What?
So I have a line. If you can't hide it, highlight it.
Okay.
So don't try to be sneaky and fast, because sneaky and fast gets you nowhere, right?
Yep.
The hand's not quicker than the eye, but it can be more deceptive. So I tell them, gotta relax. You look a little nervous up here. Everyone's watching you.
Yeah.
Come on, let's relax a little bit, like that.
Oh yeah, you just start.
And now it's just like one little thing away. Yeah. Even if you look down, it looks normal.
Yeah, that's good. So go back. So obviously, completely changed by Christ. Go and how long have you been?
I'm now the good thief on the cross.
Oh, well, there's only the guy. Yeah, that was with him in paradise later, not the blasphemer on there. Yeah. Well, good. Do you perform at churches?
I do.
And do you use that detection? What is it called?
Deception detection.
Now, so that's because this seems like what a great video or a great book this could the ones you just named, an apologetics book. Like number one, can you spot the counterfeit? And then from the counterfeit, let me show you why. I mean, that just seems like a great idea, a great book, a great short film, a great documentary or something.
Well, let's do a documentary.
Let's do it.
Let's do a Dennis Prager thing.
Heck yeah. You should do a 5-minute Prager video, by the way, too, on that. That'd be good. I'll call my people.
Have people call my people.
We'll do it.
I'll tell you something fascinating happened. So I got saved in 91.
Yep.
In 92, I went to a Bible class of Hank Hanegraaff.
Mm-hmm.
And he found out what I did. He was suitably impressed.
Yeah.
He invited me to his home, which was kind of weird. And then he told me later, when I got to know him better, I was a little afraid. A little scared of you.
Really?
Because I didn't present it like, I presented it kind of, mentalism. I got in his head.
Right.
And made him think that I could, read his mind, because it's all based on principles of psychology, right? And he says, when I first met you, invited you to my home, I thought you were a little bit too close to the fire. Wow. His exact words. Then we got to know each other a lot better, and he helped me write the presentation that I do in churches called Deception Detection, and I came up with an acronym. It was Deception, D-E-C, E-P-T-I-O-N. He says, he goes to the restroom in a restaurant, he comes back, he goes, I got it. It's not going to be deception. It'll be deceive. It'll be a lot easier. So I told him what all my letters meant, right? Because he's huge in the acronyms. In fact, they call them hankronyms.
Hankronyms.
He's so into it.
He likes those.
So,
okay.
So D is devil. You know, what is the greatest weapon in the devil's arsenal? Making you believe he doesn't exist. Good. Right? And then if you do believe he exists, he's just a little cartoon character in a red jumpsuit with a smoldering
harmless, silly,
harmless.
Yeah.
But on the other end, the other extreme, we want to blame the devil for everything when there's still free will and we're
when we need to blame somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just, the devil made me do it. Yeah.
And then E is experience. You can be fooled by a feeling, deceived by an experience. This is why the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Mormons, and all the other cults always judge the truth by experience and feelings. And how do you know, as Dr. Walter Martin used to say, how do you know it's not a bad pepperoni pizza from the night before?
Right, the beef stew in the cell that you had,
And the cod liver.
That'll get you.
Was that a Mormon? And then the Mormons watch this.
Yeah. There's at least sure there are.
So
they tune in daily.
C is I saw the bicycles out front, so I was wondering.
You never know. Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
So C is counterfeit. How do you know the truth? How do you know a counterfeit, rather?
Yep.
Know the truth so well, when the counterfeit looms on the horizon, you'll know it instantaneously.
Yep.
That's what I learned from Hank. Yep. And then I can either be illusion or ignorance. I haven't really worked it out yet, but ignorance is no excuse, especially on the white hot throne judgment.
Right. That's not going to work.
Every opportunity possible in Romans 1.
Yep.
And then Eve, E-V-E, the last three letters of deceive, is the first person to ever get deceived in the garden. This is what Hank told me.
Okay.
So I already had the D and the E and the C and the I, and he truncated deception to Eve.
So how do you spell it?
And then, it's funny you should say that.
Okay.
When I went to teach it, I taught it a few times. Nobody caught the misspelling.
So that's not spelled right?
No, but if you say, but that's one of the lessons. If you say it with confidence, people will believe you.
Gotcha. So you thought that
I did this at
and especially with Bible people, Eve at the end. Of course,
it's such a great, and all full circle.
Great acronym.
It came from God. It came from on high. So I was performing
Speaking
this.
Of deceived,
I was doing this at Vineyard Church, and some girl goes, "Excuse me, I hate to."
Oh, really?
I'm a little sheepishly. She goes, "Is that how you spell deceive?" And I explained. You jumped ahead of me.
Yeah, stop it.
That was one of the lessons in deception. Okay. If somebody says it with confidence, doesn't make it real or true.
Oh man, is that going on today? Like anything, that may be the biggest one. Okay,
speaking of providential, that needs to be said.
Yeah,
she's the only person who ever caught that.
Wow.
Ever since before and after that one event, she's the first person to ever catch it, because people want to go, well, he said it he has an acronym.
He has an acronym with Eve at the end.
Eve at the end.
The Bible.
It's meant to be.
Yeah. So what else? A couple things I want to, before we leave, where can we go to get, find you, get your stuff, watch you? Where can we go?
So go to GregoryWilson.com.
Okay.
You'll have my email, phone number, my manager's phone number. Yep. And regarding the deception detection, I talked to Hank Hanegraaff a few years ago and said, let's write a book on this subject. And he said, yes, but I'm still busy compiling.
Okay.
I think you have to compile before you write.
I believe so. I believe so.
That's what procrastination is.
Yeah, so do you have a YouTube channel? Is it all just your website? And are there videos on your website?
There's tons of videos of me, but stripped from
other things,
instructional DVDs. So it's not the best stuff.
That's kind of what I saw. It's because I went to your website and there's not a lot of videos on your website. Matter of fact, I couldn't find one. It's just more.
Because that's the stuff I do for magicians. I teach.
Oh, okay.
I invent and teach other magicians.
Okay.
But for my stage show, GregoryWilson.com, and catch me there for your church if you want me to do deception detection.
Gotcha. So
So what I do is I do my whole show. My show is normally an hour.
Okay.
I do a 30-minute presentation in churches to advance my credibility of being a deception expert.
Right.
And then I talk about how deception works physically and spiritually.
Yeah. I have a friend that started a ministry called Reasons for Hope. Carl Kirby loves that kind of stuff that you do. I think that it would be fascinating as we tour, because we both work for them, is to utilize someone like you with this deception thing. Okay, so we got a couple of minutes.
Okay, can I show you something?
Take that deck of cards that Bob put out there.
that I didn't just plant there before the show started here. I'll take the Joker out. You know what? Just to make it extra fair.
Yeah. Touch them, look at them, or just...
What would be extra fair?
I don't, for
shuffle them,
me to shuffle them, I know.
You're being very obedient.
I am. I'm just going to look. I want to make sure I am being obedient.
What were you looking for?
I don't know. You have a bunch of cards that do other things.
You got to look to see if the
Well, what if it were all jacks or something? I don't know. You
that
just
could
had
work.
to take a look.
Okay.
Yeah,
So what you were doing, or what I should say I was doing, was a thing called shuffle tracking.
Okay.
This is the best cheating technique in the world. I'm just going to give you the highlights,
this is a real
the Super
thing.
Bowl. This is a real deal.
Okay.
You can look up. It's called shuffle tracking.
Okay.
I was watching one card when you were shuffling because you didn't shuffle the cards on the table.
Okay.
That's why they do that in Vegas.
Okay.
I saw the 5 of hearts. So I peeked it in the beginning. Then you shuffled a second time.
Okay.
Then you continued to cut. And I remembered the starting and the ending position. So what was the card I said I saw?
5 of hearts.
5 of hearts. So all I have to do is cut the cards, and you pick them up.
Pick all the cards
dealing
up.
position.
Okay.
Deal just one card face down.
Face down.
No, face down. Right there. What was the card?
You said 5 of hearts.
Now think about what I said.
Yeah.
Shuffle tracking.
Right. You know where I started and finished. I don't know.
Well, I saw where the 5 of hearts started.
Okay.
And when you're done shuffling and cutting, I know where the ending position
Crazy.
was.
Okay.
I'm watching the whole time.
Really?
Selective perception.
Okay.
5 of hearts. You shuffled, I cut, you dealt, and that's the 5 of hearts.
Right. That easy. Yeah.
And the reason it's the best cheating technique in the world.
Hold it up. Hold it up.
Oh, 5 of hearts. Yeah. Just trust this is a Christian show.
I'm cheating you in the fairest possible manner here.
Yeah.
No, I'm not leaving any stone unturned.
No,
here.
I know. I want 4 aerial cameras. This is.
It's literally like I'm peeking at the cards like this.
So how do you see it? So, I mean, you just have like a photographic memory?
You screwed up.
Well, I know I screw up all the time, but it's like, if you did that right now, I would have no clue.
I'll do it again.
Let's say you shuffle.
There's the 5.
Yes.
You try.
Yep.
There's the 5. I cut the card, so I know where it's at. I peeked it. Now you know where it's at.
Right.
Okay, you know it's right there. Now I'm going to shuffle. See how that's being exposed?
No.
It gets exposed over here.
Okay.
Gets exposed
well, sure.
over here on
Yes.
that side,
Yep.
and one more time on this side. Totally exposed.
Right.
So I just know where that's at. Pick up the cards again.
Okay.
Deal one face down.
Okay.
Might as well turn it over. That's the 5 of hearts.
Right.
That's called shuffle tracking.
Okay.
And here's
Sure
the
it
thing.
is.
So let me give you an inside look, an insider's view.
Okay.
This is being shuffled every other card, right? Every other card.
Right, well,
or it could be every
so to
third
speak. Yeah,
card.
so-
It
yeah,
could be every
right.
5th card. It could be every 7th. The point is, this is what I see in my head,
Okay.
right? So it doesn't matter how you shuffled. You could do what's called a riffle shuffle. You could do it's an overhand shuffle.
Yeah.
You could do an amateur shuffle down like this.
Sure.
Right? But all I do is I cut to where I know with 100% certainty where the 5 of hearts is. Pick it up, deal it right there, and boom, turn it over. You know it's the 5 of hearts. But it gets better. Keep the cards in your hand.
I don't like this
Keep the cards in your hand. This is going to freak you out. That's me. Deal one to you. Just deal a hand.
Oh, hand. Like a 5 card?
5. No, one to me.
Oh,
one to you.
Oh, full.
Yeah.
5 cards?
Yeah. Now, put the cards down. Get rid of those.
Okay.
See what you dealt yourself.
No. Royal.
Yeah, see what you dealt. What'd you get?
Just a bunch of crap, I guess.
That's the technical term. That's a bunch of crap. Now, here's what you dealt me. More crap.
Yeah.
But remember, you also gave me the 5 that we were going
Yep.
for, but that was followed by that one and that one and that one and that one. All I have to do is say thank you very much by the way you shuffled.
Yes, and you're welcome.
You're very
Yeah,
generous.
yeah,
You're like a fellow card
You're making
shark.
me do. You're making me do the magic, but I'm not doing it.
I
That's
can smell the
fascinating.
blood in the water.
Yeah, of course you could. All right, well, that's really good. I do this all day. I would literally do this all day, but okay.
It's just knowing where the cards are through shuffle tracking.
No, it's something.
You shuffled them.
Something better than that. Yeah, but you took them and did something. You're too good. That's like I didn't.
Listen,
okay.
there is no name a card.
6 of spades.
6 of spades. There is no easy way. I forgot to say easy way or hard way.
The hard way, for
Hard
sure.
way.
Of course.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Eyes closed.
Yeah,
I want you to know I'm not manipulating the cards. Look,
Yeah.
I can't manipulate them if I can't see them, right?
Well,
there's no way I could do anything
that's
fancy.
that confidence
it's just
thing.
Look, it's just going to be a little cut, not a fancy cut. I don't want to show off or anything.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to say is I can only tell by your response. Am I close? I don't know. I'm not here to manipulate
I
you
absolutely
people.
quit. I quit this nonsense. It's right in front of your face. There's no way these things are good.
Look,
it's
you could do
impossible.
it. You could do it.
Yeah, I know.
Just touch.
Oh,
Touch.
okay, right there.
Take it out. Take it out. Take it out. Are you close?
Yeah.
Are you close? See, I do nothing, and you do everything. I do nothing.
Okay. See, just hire the guy and use him everywhere you go. It's truly.
If you don't use me, I'll use you.
You're truly brilliant, Greg. I really appreciate you being here. It's like fantastic. You're a top-notch guy and an incredible magician. Seriously, go to his website. Use him. He will help your congregation. He'll help if you're a professional in the world. Great for that. Or if you just want to hire him for a party or hang out. Unbelievable. Truly a legend. See
Wait,
you guys.
before we leave, do a little inventory check of all your personal belongings.
Oh, golly. My ring is my watch is on.
I'm kidding. I just wanted to see you do the Macarena.
That's it. Good.
Thanks again. That was fun.
Appreciate it. Okay. Thanks so much. You think you can figure it out and look at it and do it, but it's like you can't. And I'll go back and go, okay, how did he do it? I do remember him hitting.